what's going on, guys? I wanted to bring a deck profile of the Champion of Zeus list that I played at the previous two Major League Elestrals matches, as well as locals, and then I also took it to the premiere from today, June 28th. Uh, I went 4-3. I think there's going to be some changes that I want to make in the future, but I think that the deck is actually pretty crazy. It won me both my previous MLE matches. I've won my past two locals with it as well. And the people that I lost to in the premiere are all just insane players. It was I lost to Bo, Six, and Super Insane. So three players who are just good at the game. So I think that the deck, despite the 4-3 record, actually does have some legs. So again, just wanted to kind of go over it and show you what I've been playing with it, because I don't see this deck represented a lot right now currently, and I think that moving forward that there is a position for it in the meta. So I'm going to start with the actual Champion of Zeus cards. So I'm on 2 Volt Tempest, 3 Spark It, 3 Titano Strike, and then 2 Arcalith. I mean, these felt incredible all day. Every single card here is just so good. This is going to be your main searcher for everything else in the deck. This card, Searching Thunderstorm, is just so good in a divine meta where people are playing Keons and Poseidons and whatever else. Like, this card, Search that Thunderstorm, is just crazy. Arcalith, I mean, this is probably some of the best support we could have really asked for the deck, because one of the issues was that we would go for our combo and we could burn out so quickly. With this card being able to recur spirits and giving us in-engine healing is really, and just being able to drop it as a 2, it's just so crazy. Well, Tempest, this card, you don't even actually have to. This card doesn't even need to see the field in a lot of cases. This card, just the threat of it, you're looking at people scared to attack into your Spark It or your Titano Strike or whatever you have on board. It forces them into uncomfortable positions where they have to out it things in different ways, because the threat of having a Volt Tempest is just too much. There have been plenty of times where I haven't even had access to Volt Tempest yet, but because I have a Spark It or a Titano Strike with Zeus back in the back row, they would not try and deal with it just because they couldn't deal with Volt Tempest that turn. So and at the same time, even if you have searched over the course of your combo, you force your opponent to out these guys in different ways, because they know that as soon as they attack it or damage it, you're going to drop your Volt Tempest. It even will sometimes chew through a few different back rows. Today in the premiere, I had a opponent try and PTA my Spark It, which then I just tried to crash into his guy, and so then he had to also Tsunami it because he knew I had Volt Tempest. So like, these types of cards can really chew through back row and make your opponent play in a very uncomfortable way. So yeah, those are all the Champions of Zeus. And then to round out the Elestrals, I played 3 Rabbit. Rabbit is pretty self-explanatory. If you're playing a Thunder deck, you're usually playing Rabbit. We're actually in a position where sitting on a 5 defense for 1 turn actually doesn't just get you blown out of the water instantly. So feels pretty decent there. We have 3 Jolton. I would probably cut this down in the future, so go down to just the 2 Jolton, and there's a couple of other changes I would make, but Jolton still, being able to search that Mount Olympus, which makes Titano Strike a 5/5 and makes Arcalith an 8, which I think is the most important part of it. Like, Arcalith being an 8 that you can just drop is just nuts. Still got one of the OG Arcalith. If we could play more, we probably would. This card, I saw it once the entire tournament, and one time I saw it, it won me the game. So Arcalith is still crazy. And then I'm playing the Possum package, so 3 Zapossum and Electropossum. I think in a meta where there is less Hera running around, this package actually ends up being better. I think in the future this is going to be the first package that I end up cutting, because I am playing it with the high voltage, and with the high voltage, these cards not being able to affect Hera in any meaningful way really makes it so this package is you know, very cuttable in the future. I did have a pretty, you know, if you're not playing against Thunder, I actually think that this stuff is really good. Like, I actually think that Possum is almost always a 5 or a 6 that you could just slap as a 1-drop, and then you're going to be threatening more with the Electro Possum. I mean, there's multiple times I've popped my own high voltage and reset it. And it's just, like I said, in a format with a lot of Hera, I think that's where we see the issues, because high voltage being literally 0 impact, and then you lose that flexibility of being able to side out of it, because that just makes the entire Possum package feel a lot weaker. So yeah, I think in the future there is a position for it, but I think in a meta with Hera being so prevalent, it does make it a bit tougher. The rest of the Thunder runes, I played, of course, 3 Zeus, 2 Zeus Call, 1 Mount Olympus, 2 Thunderstorm. There was actually also situations where I would send some of these guys off of my Electro Possum. Sending like a Zeus that only has like 1 spirit left on it that you've used a couple of times, or sending a Zeus's Call that maybe you don't have access to Zeus, so it's just a you know, a dead card in that moment. It made the Possum package feel even better. It's actually one of the reasons why I initially wanted to play 2 Thunderstorm, because if I'm playing Titano Strike and the Possums, even adding that second Thunderstorm feels really good, because it became a target off the Electro Possum to pop it. So this suite actually felt incredible. Even after dropping the Possum package, I probably still don't cut Thunderstorm down to 1, because this card is just so insane right now. With all the like I said it about Titanic Strike, with Poseidons running around and Keons and, you know, whatever else, this card just, I would sometimes trade like this for like a 2-3 spirit divine. So it's just, I think it's too good right now. And then lastly, we got the Omnis, 2 Altar, 3 Gorgons, 3 Shield. These 2 felt incredible all day. Even the Altar felt really good. During my stream match, I had a play where I actually altered onto my Electro Possum to get an additional pop on their turn, which felt insane. I think though, if we do end up taking out the Possum package, this only being able to enable the Rabbit, it sees a little bit less usage, so I might go for something a little bit more generic like PTAs, but I'm still going to think about it, because this with Rabbit, turn 1 Rabbit with this set, and you're able to stop like a push over your Rabbit while also being able to resolve your Rabbit a second time, does still feel incredible, even after, you know, we've been doing that for since what, base set. So main deck feel great. I was really happy with it. Again, the only thing is with the Possums, I think that we can start taking that stuff out for something a little bit more generically impactful, going into a meta with a lot of Hera representation. Spirit deck, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 Zaptor, 2 Lycoris, 2 Leviathan, or Leviathan. This Spirit Math felt great all day. I in locals, a couple times I did double Voltempest people, so I do think you do want to play the double Lycoris, because if you see an opening and you can make a push for a double Voltempest, like a Spark It into Search Zeus Call, into Search a Voltempest, or, you know, however you want to do it, there is a place for that. Leviathan, this is for something in the side deck, and then of course you just fill the rest out with Zaptors. I mean, this, again, I had no issues with this all day. Playing it primarily like Thunder, like, you just have so much flexibility there. There's really no issues. And then the side deck. So 1 Resting, triple Pandora's Box, 1 Sonicore, 3 Magnetic Field, triple Tsunami, 3 Catabasis, and the Alun to go with it. Side deck, I didn't play against some of the stuff that I sided for, so like, I have really nothing to say about Catabasis because I played against No Soul Fury. This was only in here to stop Soul Fury, which I think would have been a little bit more popular after the most recent ban list, but it wasn't. So, you know, just is what is. I'm sorry, my camera cover is giving us issues, but yeah, no, since I didn't see any Sulfuri, this basically never came in. Same with Force Field. I played this because I wanted a way to deal with Krakatuga and Turtles and Burn. Didn't see any Burn all day. Tsunami was actually just crazy. I mean, this card, I think this is a card that if I'm going to be taking the high voltages out, Tsunami comes in its place. So you drop the Possum package, go into a few more Thunder Elestrals, and then put Tsunamis in for high voltage. Sonicore, my buddy Mickey Towns, he calls this my emotional support Sonicore. I basically have never cited this in. Honestly, I don't know why it's really here. If I'm being transparent, to me, there's an idea that this could be used against tempo strategies, which just want to play a guy every turn and stick a counter room behind it, so that way they could just, you know, eventually put you in a position where you can't come back. But I feel like we're so far away from that gameplay style that this card just really doesn't come up, and especially it being a 2 defense in a meta where we're seeing a lot of Keone, it could be cryoblasted, so it makes it a bit tougher. But I just haven't found something else that's good for this spot yet. And then Pandora's Box, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. This card, anytime you're versus something that's going to be accessing the deck and they need to find their key combo pieces, you side that in, and then usually go in second. I'll throw in the resting there to have a little bit of fighting power to get back at you know, those turn 1 plays. And this actually did come up a couple of times where because people are on Divines alone, they will sometimes just have way more spirits for you, even if you know, we're a couple turns in and it's been pretty back and forth. If somebody's on a Divine, resting is just almost always live to be able to pop a guy. I popped a Majesty with this, and that felt it was a Majesty with 4 spirits on it, and so this, in that moment, that felt insane. So but yeah, no, this is the list. Again, I think moving forward, there are a couple of changes, but I think there is room for this deck here, for the people who, like me, love Thunder, playing Zeus, and I just don't want to dip into Hera. It's just not the style that I personally want to play. But no shade to anybody who plays the Hera stuff. It's just I wanted to play Zeus. I've been playing, you know, Thunder since base set with Thunder Nexus, and this to me is a really fun way to play Thunder currently. And again, I think it actually has room to, you know, be a decent deck. Yeah, that is everything for the deck profile. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you.